Okay, so it is Memorial Day. Let's mem about all the illegal police and government operations with 1 billion attacks per day still going on every day of my life to eradicate and execute a 5-year-old Jewish child. Let's remember that, and let's not ever forget that. Let's remember that in 2001, I was sitting in my office at Signet e-Services, which Mike Huntley wanted me to come back from University of Colorado to start, when my father wanted me to live in his house for a year, trying to frame me with Janet Nordett, doing whatever he was doing to or with Janet Nordett, and Shelley Humphreys before and after, with Eric Humphreys and Shelley Humphreys. 2005, father wanted me to work in his office with Lorraine Escobar, mobbing me to death with the office and worldwide groups, minute by minute, trying to make me look like a violent, paranoid schizo, to execute and kill me. Father claims nothing's going on there, I'm imagining it, while he takes part, invites me over every Sunday night for Sunday night dinners, where he'd have Shelley go ballistic on me and Eric go ballistic, and he'd whistle at me, hinting like you're a whistleblower and weird things like this, with the worldwide group whistling tactic. And 2001, Mike Huntley working with LAPD with Rody Morales, gym manager working to catch someone who had supposedly killed someone, where Mike Huntley wants to sign up to the gym where he's at, next to my house, and Mike stages a fake fight with someone's younger brother from my high school at the gym, Chris Austin or something like that. And I was never friends with Chris Austin. He was in a different clique. And Mike pretends that he's ashamed to go to the gym to have Rody Morales latch on to me while everyone cries wolf. Little flower frenzy girls that say they want to go on a date, then they want to sort of try to get, of course, false confessions and try to cover up Jen Hess paid off to have me killed, or try to have me killed or eradicated, right, on the worldwide conspiracy to commit murder or eradicate or execute. And remember that everything is a cover-up of a cover-up of a cover-up since 5 years old, so that's why the police are trying to drag my name through the mud and dirty up my name and my record, and say your kind's not allowed to leave his house cage with Charles Sean Dinsey, worldwide Jew kill groups, and their how do we rid this guy of the world. Let's not forget 2001. What was happening around 2001 when LAPD was trying to plant drugs in my house to make me look like a drug dealer with LAPD, try to make me an LAPD drug mule. Rody Morales working with LAPD. Rody Morales, Kevin, you want a trash bag of marijuana? Marijuana was illegal at that time. No, I don't want it. Okay, well, we're still gonna hunt you, even though as if you took it, right? And me telling Rody, listen, Rody, I don't want to be involved in anything illegal and this and that, and then them really getting mad, some kind of death threat about them hunting me to kill me. It's going to be 1,000 times worse or something like that. I can't remember too. And Mike, Rody Morales' interrogation, it's not like you killed someone, did you? However, I believe that Rody Morales was probably trying to hint about Anders Grunberg hitting someone in the road when he was stoned, coming back from the beach surfing when I was a young child, the neighbor's brother, older brother, or son of the Grunbergs, lived next door to me. And I was trying to, once again, Kevin conforms to people in media, trying to make it look like Kevin conforms to people in media, with a motive and an execution or eradication agenda motive out of hate, because I'm gonna try to make that guy look crazy and like he suffers from mental illness to cure mental illness. That's like saying, hey, everyone, run up and slice on his back with a knife, and you suffer from a rear bleeding disorder, and we want to cure you by locking you in a cage so that people can't slice on you with knives. Well, why not stop the people with the knives from slicing on you? Weird. I mean, LAPD states that my t-shirt 91 is making worldwide groups want me to kill me, even today, as we speak. Right? And by the way, you can buy that book. I posted probably a month ago. You can buy that book, that Lord's Gym t-shirt, at thechristianbook.com. All over, but thechristianbook.com. So if the Christians are selling the jokey t-shirt and they have a sense of humor, then it's about psychotic murderers like my family and paid off people to have me killed. They don't have a sense of humor. Right? Okay, So, but the common man does have a sense of humor, and that is the way the world works, not the Ronald Barry Perlman rape and kill Kevin world works, whatever, right? Rape and kill my 5-year-old because I hate him, way world works. You yawn wrong. We're using the judicial system against you. Officer Toro, we're using the judicial system against you. Okay, that was 2013. Okay, if you get into photography, we're using the judicial system against you. Remember in 1996, Mike Wexler, Jason Perlman's friend, death threats. We're going to go on a road trip. You're not allowed to take pictures of people. Just random out there. Like, what? Huh? Like, what are you even fucking talking about, dude? Working with Arizona police officers on these lame things. Not going to go into it. We have Kelly Haas working with police officers after going on a date. We have Skylar working with police officers after going out on a date. Because I'm trying to scare people by saying, hi, how are you? How's it going? Because I bought a hat. I'm making worldwide groups coming to kill me. I said, hi, how are you? I'm making groups coming to kill me. What do you do for a living? I'm trying to scare people and make them. Okay, well, if that's scaring people, if people are afraid of that, then they're dangerous. Okay, and they're reactive, and that scares them. Kevin threatened my life by saying hi. Because that's the equivalence of everything daily since 5 years old for 50 years. Kevin said hi. He threatened me. He tried to scare me. He tried to... Okay. Kevin's trying to get Jason's fists from punching him in the back of the head to stop. Kevin's trying to scare Jason. The fists aren't doing anything. The fists punching him in the back of the head aren't doing anything. Okay, Kevin jumped in the way of a crowbar to Jason swinging at Gregoire. Kevin's trying to scare Jason. That's LAPD's threat. Okay, LAPD's take. And because I am protecting Greg by using my body as a shield, I think I'm a superhero, and I'm a vigilante, so I should let Jason bludgeon Gregoire's skull in. Now, what was Jason Perlman's threats? This was high school. This was 1980, who knows, 6 or something, 9th grade, 10th grade, Gregoire, Jason Perlman after, blood is thicker than water, you need to help me, fuck you, I'm not, now we said you committed the fuck you crime, so it's not about saying, Jason, I'm not going to help you hurt my friend. It's Kevin said fuck you, that's all we care about. Kevin committed a crime by saying fuck you. We don't care that Kevin's saying, Jason, I'm not going to help you. We don't care that Kevin's saying, I'm not going to take the fucking drugs. Right? Is that interesting? That for every scenario, the focus is on me and not the situation. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's not the entire situation as an entirety. It's 1,000 people show up bashing Kevin's skull in with lead pipes, and we ignore the lead pipes, and all of a sudden he starts swinging for his life, and they go that Kevin's dangerous, and he's trying to punch people. It's just a theoretical. It applies every day of my life for 50 years by worldwide groups, but we don't care about the 1,000 lead pipes bashing his skull in. Is something being coordinated? Yeah. Because that defies physics. It defies logic. It's like me saying, let me think of an analogy here. Every time you buy a car, the guy or dealer that sells you it shoots at you with a gun, and the police arrest you saying you're making car sellers hunt you to kill you, and you're reckless and out of control, and you say, why do you not care about me giving me that guy's money, then him trying to kill me? And obviously, he's trying to steal the money after my body's dead, right? And the police worldwide, from 100,000 scenarios like that, that's sort of an extreme dramatized version of the things that happen to me daily. We just can't be honest, because this is the way the world works. We're like in Mad Max Thunderdome. We're like in Mad Max. We're all driving around eating little rodents and killing each other for gas. That's the way the world works, according to Dr. Ronald child rapist Barry Perlman with his world of kill the 5-year-old Jew. Okay, right? You think maybe there's this thing called a lie that my mommy and daddy don't like their 5-year-old. He is the bad seed. He is the devil child. And for whatever obsessed neurotic reason that they feel that laser beams are going to come out of my eyes, that I'm going to breathe fire, that it is their fear that has launched a worldwide campaign to kill me, and then say, learn to accept it. And you're like, you're trying to defy physics. Well, if you don't accept us bludgeoning your skull in minute by minute with 1 billion attacks per day on a very idea of reference level thing, right? Either mimic tactics or idea of references or cars and twos everywhere, or Anita Perlman, you have a problem too, noticing cars and twos everywhere, people walking up, yes, yes, hey, hey, okay, things like that. If someone sees something that annoys you, everyone worldwide starts doing it 1 million times. But we're not talking about, we're not addressing, once again, we're curveballing and we're avoiding the questions of importance. If someone says that guy doesn't like this, and worldwide groups do it instantly, what tools are being used? Because that's not how information works. Okay, it can't do that by itself. There has to be a middleman or a technology, or hey, Kevin just said this, do this, world. Well, that's not possible. How would you get a world of people to do something like that? Kevin, you believe in... Kevin, do you think you're in the Illuminati? I don't know. There's this thing. It's called the internet. And before the internet, in 94 when it came around, it was called the information superhighway. Okay? The information superhighway. The World Wide Web. Where you have the ability to post things that instantly go to the world. Now, that's easy. But how do you build the hate groups? That's hard. Now, remember, these hate groups were formed before 1994, when Jason Perlman wanted me to see the internet so badly, working both sides of the fence. Just like meet my friend Mike Wexler. If you take pictures of... You're not allowed to take pictures of people. We're taking a photography class, 1996. Professor Jim Jones. No. That was computer imaging. That was the Mike Tyson Chun-Li crime, right? I'm a schizo, thinks he's Mike Tyson. I'm a woman beater, so there's worldwide groups hunting me to kill me over private artwork that we're avoiding the answering the questions. How is my Mike Tyson Chun-Li picture known worldwide in a class of 30 students before the fucking internet? Or no, right at the same time as the internet. But it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Was someone hacking into my computer and they saw me making the artwork for my class, and then worldwide groups saying hunt and kill the five-year-old Jew, and then it's your fault, you're making us do it? See, these are the important questions. Why, since 1994, has my computer privacy been violated? And why have I been on LAPD or police worldwide mental illness watch lists from a psychology degree family and or a medical orthopedic surgeon and urologist family? They're avoiding anything of importance, of truth and honesty. Okay? Because they want to kill. They want to execute. They want to eradicate. Kevin, I just want you to have a normal life. Okay, so be honest. Admit your fuck up and solve the problem. Right? Admit you destroyed my name. Admit you destroyed my life. Admit that you have a planetary murder operation, an angry mob to kill me because I'm supposedly the evil 5-year-old devil child. Okay? I'm not the religious zealot here. I'm Jewish. I'm not a religious zealot. Okay? But remember, my family is this way or that way with worldwide groups. And the question here is not the family. The question here is the worldwide groups working with the family. See, in one giant kill the 5-year-old Jew oiled machine, which with 1 billion attacks per day on NSA level kill tools built around me to have me killed since 5 years old, you would think someone's capable of some simple honesty, and Kevin is what we were told. But the truth is so horrific with worldwide groups in denial that they have to keep the mental bludgeonings to kill and try to lock me away going on, because those child raping Jew killers, the ones with the police uniforms, the ones in the psychology community, the ones in the medical industry, can't live with themselves knowing that I'm breathing with an opinion about the truth. That's a lot of guilt. Okay? And somehow I'm the bad guy for just being honest and saying, look, you don't have the right to mentally rape and kill me since 5 years old with worldwide groups. I don't understand. And what you're asking of me is to accept being hunted and killed or eradicated for you. Right? My family's not doing this for me. They're doing it for them. Okay? I want to cure you for us. Or anyone associated. And I never said I had a problem. Right? I never said I had a problem. My family did. With their bunk, drugstore, uneducated analyses out of offices, right? You're like at the dinner table trying to eat, and it's like, why did you chew more than once every 10 hours? You're crazy. I want to help you, and we're going to stop you from ever chewing food. Why you keep getting sick? Oh, I know why you're getting sick. Because you chew food, right? And you're like, I kind of have to chew food to swallow. See, that's how it works. But you're trying to explain it, but you can't explain it because they're psychotic murderers. They don't, and I'm right, Kevin, you're wrong, but we can't even have a direct dialogue because they don't state the sentence. Kevin, you keep getting sick because you chew food. We can't get there. We can't get there because they have no communication. They have the same communication that Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman had when he put the shock collar on Rhoda, the Rhodesian Ridgeback, that he got from his girlfriend Donna, which I believe, without proof, because you can't have proof, links to their favorite movie, The Bad Seed, and Kelly Hatch wanting me to see The Bad Seed, and now you're going to say, this is interesting because there is some point here where there's communication. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Is Kelly Hatch, what came first, the chicken or an egg? Is Kelly Hatch showing me the movie The Bad Seed because she knows that my father put the shock collar on Rhoda? Well, I never told. And she was hinting about New York steaks, boxes of New York steaks in my father's freezer, I think. It was a long time ago. Did she know about the shock? I never told her about the shock collar. Did she know about the shock collar because she's getting it from Ron Perlman? Or did she... I lost my one way or the other. Or is it in reverse? No matter what direction you trace the information, there should be no information. That's sort of the point, right? So if I fly right now to Zimbabwe and the guy starts whistling at me and calling me buddy or the man tactic or whatever, or hinting that I think I'm Jim Carrey from The Truman Show, well, that information had to come somewhere, like from Brittany Henderson or one or the other Jew killers, right? Okay, so hence so mad at me for buying a Corvette, for saying I have post-traumatic stress syndrome, so I buy a Corvette in Pennsylvania and drive across the U.S. 4,000 miles, and of course video and audio record almost every human interaction of anger and rage. Die, you fucking 5-year-old Jew. But yet we can't address the issue of how I'm known worldwide and what's going on. All we can do is bullshit. No, you're not. By design. You're crazy. Mike Huntley, 2001. Mike, what the fuck's going on? World, quote, unquote, world of paranoia. Ron Perlman, you don't understand the way that world works. Where all of the world are child raping murderers, that you don't ask questions. You, when they walk up and say, lick the shit out of my ass, you do it. And if you don't, worldwide groups torture and kill you with idea of reference, torture and kill tactics with LAPD, saying, you disrespect your family for having an opinion about saying you lick the shit out of our ass or we torture and kill you. In unheard of psychological warfare methods. Sound a little strange. I want to say sound backwards, like backwards hick, but they're not backwards. They're calculated psychotics who are motivated and will do anything to execute. Okay, so with worldwide groups. So 94, I find out in 2001. What happened in 2001 politically? The Patriot Act. The Patriot Act. What is the Patriot Act? For the uneducated there that help psychology communities and police hunt and kill 5-year-old Jewish children. What is the Patriot Act? It says that we are allowed to bypass your constitutional rights and protections if we feel you're a terrorist. Well, and that's all great, except what? You're a free man until... No. You're a free man unless I don't like or trust you. So you're not a free man. It doesn't work that way. You are not a free man. Now things are really fucking bad with the progressives and the progressive parties and the nobody takes the Constitution seriously. Look at what's going on. We got chaos and destruction. We got governments that since Clinton don't do anything. They don't do fucking anything. They're just a waste. They're a high school prom. They're a popularity contest. They're a joke. They're a show. They're UFC fighting. Okay, that's all they are. Okay. Nobody has any. I don't want to say education. Any morals or ethics to try to make the country any better, a better place. They just want to win and do a popularity contest to win, and they'll go for the jugular to win, right? They don't care how they win. Nancy Pelosi, right? Like, we're not going to let Donald Trump run again. I'm not going to say I'm not a Donald Trump. I didn't vote for Donald Trump, but I do not believe in censorship of speech. Okay, that's the choose your poison. Do you want a Nazi saying we decide who's allowed to get up on the pedestal? Or do you want everyone to be allowed on the pedestal and everyone says, this is who we want. If everyone votes and fucks up, they fuck up. But at least you have freedom. Because without freedom, you're just going to turn into a communist or socialist country. And once you get there, you're not going back. And then you can't say anything. Okay, you cannot, you can't complain. You did this. All of you did this. But I'm not here to talk about politics because I think I haven't watched the news in since 2017. Politics are a fucking joke. I'm more concerned about the worldwide murder operations to kill me and people coming forward saying, yes, this is what we told. The LAPD lies. Kevin's a public nuisance. The LAPD lies that I suffer from mental illness. The LAPD lies that I'm a violent paranoid schizo. The LAPD lies that I'm a criminal. The LAPD lies. LAPD keep throwing me in jail, trying to make my life worse and worse, and putting charges on me to threaten my life that you don't talk, we kill, or does what. The dog attacker guy with the police trained canine, you better accept us hunting you to kill. You better accept what's going on, or it's going to get a lot worse for you. Am I allowed to hunt you and kill you? You better accept it. You understand? Oh, but we're not trying to kill you. We're just trying to mentally batter your skull in to help you. We want to force you on medication. We want to, every time we slice on you with a knife and you suffer from this rare bleeding disorder, we want to stitch you up. So now I have 100 million stitches and I keel over and die while you keep adding new stitches, right? Because the stitches aren't going to fucking help. The only thing that's going to solve the problem is to stop the psychotic murderers from stalking you in mass coordinated groups since 5 years old, right? But LAPD doesn't think that's important. They just think that you disappearing. Or sorry, the police worldwide. The police, the psychology community, the medical industry. You disappearing is the only thing of importance. Why? Something they're hiding, something they're trying to cover up. How does it go? If that guy has incriminating evidence, think about that guy and the guy who's the guy who doesn't have the incriminating evidence says, oh, he's crazy, right? Isn't that like a common, you did this to him? No, he says you did this to him. He's crazy. Okay, right? But I never really said anything until 8 years later. Like after 2001 to 2009, I was sort of like holding it in. I was like, I don't know who to tell. And there was a point that I was hiring private investigators and getting video proof. And then I didn't want to walk straight into the police station looking crazy like they keep. Remember the 5150 thing? We even have the thing from last year with the LAPD. I'm trying to file a police report and the guy threatens my life and he writes on a card something like, I'm crazy. He thinks I'm 5150 with a weapon or something to try to threaten my life for going into Topanga Division to file a police report. I mean, how fucking dare I? We're all covered and protected by the Constitution except for the 5-year-old Jew which they're hunting to kill. Okay? I've probably been to the police station like 400 times with video footage and proof of things done to me, and no matter how big or small, not all of them are big, but in the beginning I was walking in with like hard drives, like, look at what these people are doing, I can prove it, I can explain it, we don't have time, man, buddy, hey. Well, I guess you don't if you're working on me with the mimic mental illness tactics. But why are you doing it since 5 years old? These are the questions. There are no other questions. There's just throw rocks at the guy's head minute by minute, try to reaction collect, and say, wow, look what you did, Kevin. And ignore the entire situation, no matter how absurd or bad it is. Detective Angela Stewart there's like video footage of like 1,000 passive-aggressive subliminal idea of reference provokings per day at that Starbucks down there. Per day. Like 1,000 people coming out of their houses per day. Rid the fucking the Jew of the world. Rid the Jew of the world. It's getting on video. There's a whole bunch of things with it. There's verbal, there's threats. Starbucks employee threats about talking about hookers, or I think they were talking about Victoria Walker stalking me and paid off to have me killed with defense attorney Michael Bialis with Brian Longbotham. Okay, and you're like, but how would you know about Brian Longbotham or Victoria Walker? Or see, once again, we're on to the important question, the only question of importance. How are you getting the privacy violations, the private information, to do what? World of paranoia. We're trying to make you look like a violent paranoid schizo. Okay? Hint, hint, I know you dated this girl. Hint, hint, I know on the date you said this. Hint, hint, you need to die because you're schizo and a woman beater because of your Chun-Li Mike Tyson artwork. Hint, hint, you are like O.J. Simpson. We're going to write 187, penal code 187 on your car, glue glitter to your car, we're going to do this to your car, we're going to vandalize all your cars, you're going to go to the police station, we're not going to take a police report. You're making these child raping Jew killers hunt you to kill you. Because they don't like your shirt, so you bought a blue shirt. You bought a blue shirt. So you're making Worldwide Groups hunt you to kill you. And there's a 5 from my last video. There's a 5 on the shrimpy, and you bought a shrimpies with a 5 on it. So you're making Worldwide Groups hunt you to kill you. So we're not going to file police reports and investigate because you bought some shrimpies and you eat more than one shrimpy every 10 years or 50 years. So it's an obsession. You suffer from obsession. And it doesn't matter how many people shoot at you or try to slice your throat, or women paid off to try to slice me up with knives, because you bought shrimpies with a 5 on it. You're making them do it. This is the way the world works, Ron Perlman. This is the way the world works. Okay, well, I can be sarcastic and joke about it 100 million times, but there's a point where there needs to be answers. Or they're just teasing you. They're just tease killing you. Okay, well, if I'm gonna close it with this. If someone walks up to you, starts bashing your skull in with a crowbar, brain fragments are flying, blood's falling on the ground, you're about to keel over and die, and he's laughing, then it's just a joke. He's just teasing you, right? Because he's allowed to hunt you and kill you if he thinks it's funny, and he didn't do anything wrong, because then it's just a joke, right? Think about that. Now think about every minute of my life for 48 years. I'll say 48 years. I'm 53, but whenever it started. But remember, 8 years old, kissing a black girl, worldwide no relaxing for you nigger campaign, and at Saints Guys Day Camp, after I kissed a black girl, my family with the government sends in the band Devo. Whip It Good. It has to do with cattle, but the ignorant trailer trash might not understand this. It has to do with cattle, but Whip It Good. And supposedly that was one of the students in a class of 15. It was a special school on a camp. I believe it was T1 class. 15 students on a farm. Student's father supposedly was one of the band members in Devo, and after I kissed the black girl, they send in the band, they sing multiple songs, but Whip It Good is the one everyone knows, and then Kevin conforms to media, this reoccurring pattern, right? Mike Huntley invites me over, Kevin, let's watch Fight Club, everyone now go crazy on Kevin when he leaves his house, because you need to see who you are, right? Kevin's Tyler Durden. And I can go through like 1,000 scenarios like that with Mike Huntley and my brother, and Kevin watch horror movies, and you name it. I'm not allowed to talk about any of this. Well, Kevin, why obsess on your past? Because those days are over. Well, because the same patterns of the past happen every day in 2025 until I no longer exist. Daily. while I live in isolation, wondering what the fuck's going on, right? And I prove it. I expose it. So remember, there's video all across the U.S. There's video for 15 years. There's narrated video daily for about 5 years of daily incidences, minute by minute, like thousands of provokings per hour. You name it. Kevin, you're a perfect square. No, I'm a person. I'm a person like everyone else. And I don't care who you are. You don't have the right to be tortured and killed. Okay, and so I'm going to end it there. And remember the Patriot Act, 2001, the Patriot Act. And now things are even worse. The government with shitting on the Constitution. It is a fundamental piece of paper to keep us safe. Without that, you have nothing. You have no law and order. And why is every police scanner, person with male mental, and track the cell phone, which is highly illegal? Because they have the power to do it. And if you're out, person with minor depression, track the cell phone or monitor the comments. I want to ask you something. Let's say someone broke up with their girlfriend or boyfriend. They're having a bad fucking week. Maybe they go to the bar, drink. Who cares? Maybe they smoke some weed. They're depressed. I don't know what to do. I've been with him for 5 years and whatever. This is perfectly normal behavior. Don't listen to Anita Perlman. Don't listen to Ronald Perlman. If you don't have that in you, then you're a sociopath. Okay, this is normal behavior. This is a good behavior. Now, the cops find out. There's a guy, and he's drunk, and he's talking about his ex-girlfriend. Oh, I don't know what to do. I mean, I fucking love her. I had the fucking greatest titties. We had kids together, and then all of a sudden, I find her with a different guy. And she said I was like, Moonchild, I'm the only one for you. And I was like, all of that, like, gone, I don't want to do with me, and I don't know what to do. And all of a sudden, person with minor depression, track the cell phone. Okay, now what are the cops doing? Okay, so we're going through the cell phone, right? He's having a dialogue with some girl, some different girl, you know. She's a fucking bitch. She needs to fucking die. Oh, no, now he's dangerous. Now he's fucking dangerous. Oh, some guy just walked up and he handed him some crystal meth or something. Oh, I don't want your crystal meth. Oh, now the guy's a drug dealer. Now we're collecting. And how did it all start? Okay, we gotta arrest him. We gotta fucking throw drug dealer charges on him. We gotta do this to him. Drug dealer and death threat charges and this, right? And he's an unknown quantity, and it's like, this is every human being worldwide. This is the behavior of every human being worldwide. But guess what? This guy's being singled out. His fine, minute details are being collected and twisted and contorted into a fantasy situation where the cops are saying, we got to stop the crime before it happens. Hey, does it sound a little Kevin Perlman familiar? I think he's the devil child. I think he's the bad seed. I don't know what he's capable of doing. I think. He hasn't done anything. He just made it to age 29, said, I don't want your fucking drugs, and, stay away because I don't want to do anything illegal. You don't fucking talk, we kill you with the police and government and family. Wait. I thought the government was about, and the police were about honest people, not, we're hunting to kill you for being a good person. Then it switches. Well, you're too good of a person. So you need to go kill people. Right? Like, huh? What? Okay, why don't you just go live your own fucking life? How about that? No, we can't do that. Why is it called gang stalking or government stalking? Do I need to go any further? Okay. We're going to push you off a cliff and say that you jumped off the cliff. And then we're going to tell the world that you were doing this to other people to try to cover it up and things like that. Okay, that's just one of the cover-up tactics. All ended there. Remember, it is Memorial Day. So remember everything that's been done in my life daily since 5 years old. All the conform to media tactic, all the conform to people tactics, all the everything I do positive, they want to cover up and make look negative, to say he's a horrible monster and we need to kill him. Remember, do not forget, never forget, and remember that in 2001, the Patriot Act and what it's really about and how it's a Trojan horse, just like NSA. We want to roll out NSA to stop terrorism, and they are all domestic terrorists. Data mining everything we do and collecting and hunting and killing and you name it, based on, or flagging and kill operations, or we have an entire data archive of every digital transaction that at any point we can use against you, which is supposed to be there to help, but there's things you shouldn't do because it's a double-edged sword. There's a flip side. Just doing it is dangerous because it is not computers that we fear yet. It is the human conscious that acts out of hate and rage or agenda. And I will say this, beyond any reasonable doubt, I don't think I've ever met an honest cop. Okay. Maybe I'll put it in the 90% criminal cops. Maybe there's 10% that aren't. Or I should say that I haven't met. I've never met an honest cop. Okay. And that also classifies as a cop that sees me and tries to cover up. You're Kevin Perlman and I know what's been done in your life. That would be an honest cop, not I don't know you and you're imagining it. That's all you have to say. That's a criminal cop. Okay, so on that note, but nobody would ever admit to anything like that. Well, why? You're a cop. Honesty is honesty here. You can't partially be honest. I'm an honest criminal, right? Okay, so right. The Constitution. What is the Patriot Act? Everyone is protected by the Constitution unless I don't like or trust you. Nobody's protected. I'm an honest cop, but I lie about whatever I need to lie, and I'm an honest cop. Now, I'm not saying there aren't white lies. Okay, there's white lies, and there's, hey, honey, do you think I'm fat? No, baby, you're thin. Okay, right? But I'm talking about things of importance. Things of importance. All right, so remember that. The LAPD will do, and no matter what I do in life, LAPD and their worldwide groups will do anything to try to knock me down and set me up and frame me to make things look like they want to look. Everything. So before I shut this off, kissing a black girl at 8 years old does what? When I'm 8 years old and she's 8 years old, shows warmth and kindness, correct? So why would my family run around lying that I'm a racist? This applies to every aspect of my life for 50 years. If I start a company, Signity Services, my father will try to make it look like it's Golden State Sports Medical to cover up what Patty Guggen was told to do, right? Well, with the whole office, but with Patty Guggen. Okay. And Lorraine Escobar and Fernanda Simi and, well, now you're a snitch and a rat. I'm a snitch and a rat of what? I didn't ask you to hunt me to try to kill me with worldwide murder operations still going on minute by minute. I didn't ask for that. I'm not part of anything. I'm the victim. And Anita Pearl will say, don't be the victim. Just go crazy on people and rid them of the world. And I say, but I am the victim. See? Now you're defying us. Listen, if you're a victim, you're a victim. It's not, it sucks. It's shit. It sucks. I'm a victim. I mean, not in the sense that, oh, I'm a victim. But we're going to call a fucking spade a spade. Okay? You see this car? It's a truck. It's a GMC. Is it a Toyota? No, it's a GMC. Okay? I'm not going to fucking try to say it's anything else because I'm honest. That's the point. Okay, so I'm going to end it there, and that is it. So remember, memorial, that, and what's being done in my life by the police and government, psychology community, and the medical, out of pure hatred and rage. And remember that I was born on Castle Creek Air Force Base, Merced, California, and whatever the fuck my father was doing with those sickos, I don't want to know, but somehow I'm in the middle of that with his issues, his control issues, and his psychotic shit, right? And the resources that he has that I can't even fathom. And the truth is that at this point, without proof, I'm sort of like, was he like soldering RS-232 ports in animals' brains or something like that, doing animal experimentation or something? Because to do this to a child or an animal or anything is so sick. It's so demented. It is unconceivable, right? Like, what personality? Why was he putting shock collars on dog? I couldn't do it. You see how much love I give my cat? I mean, you don't, but you see how much love I give my fucking animals and cat. And my cat would come up to me when she was younger with all the energy, and she'd go, meow, 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 take me out for walks every night. And you know what? Some of these arrests and jail time have been for taking my cats for walks. Well, Kevin, I don't believe you. Okay, well, I'll show you some YouTubes. Okay, then you'll have no excuse, except guess what? You're not going to watch the YouTubes, like Yuka. Kevin's crazy, don't go to the website. Kevin's crazy, don't watch the YouTubes. Kevin's crazy, don't listen to a word he says, because I'm a good person, so don't listen to him, kill him. Okay, right? I thought there were two sides to an argument. Not one. I thought there were two sides. Right? Nah, the police are going to try to put me in a fucking position where they fucking start killing people and fucking put the gun in my house with fucking, try to get my fingerprints on the gun and go, okay, Kevin, we'll teach you a lesson about that, right? Okay, right? Because that's the point. Because there are two sides to every argument. You really don't want to be in any of them, but I'm gonna say this, that for 53 years, I've never been allowed to have a fair, honest self-defense argument about anything. And every person that wants to debate, they act like it's some kind of UFC match, not an amicable, listen, you know, I'm a human, you're a human, let's get to the bottom of things, that's the way the world normally works. And if people can't behave like that, you gravitate away from them. Hence why I'm all alone, away from, I don't like to be around people, because I can't have that amicable, this is what we were told, this is what they said, listen, this is the truth, this is what they did. It's not acceptable to follow people around, violating their privacy, and launching worldwide groups to torture them, kill them, saying world of paranoia. See, this would be an amicable, not trying to shove you in front of a judge, trying to make you look crazy while they're shooting blow darts at you in the fucking courtroom, saying get up on the stand while we shoot blow darts at you. He's crazy. And then when you defy them and say, I'm just going to take the fucking fifth. Oh, that's funny. I didn't think about that. The fifth. Coincidence? World of Dumb and Dumber, psychotic child raping freaks? Coincidence? Then why would judges do that? Why would police officers do that? All in a conspiring? Well, because, Kevin, you know what you did. That's all we have. We don't have one solid argument to what I've done, except the police with worldwide groups trying to provoke me into situations to say, look what you did, to cover it up and brainwash. With worldwide groups, minute by minute, 1 billion attacks per day, finding out 2001. Really been that way since 1994, since my brother, the urologist, Jason Perlman, wants me to see the internet working both sides of the fence with people, trying to set me up and frame me. I'm going to end it here. Get shit done. That's it. Memorial Day.